Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the TGD Product Showcase. I'm your host, Shan Coughlin, and we're here with a very special guest, Mr. Gary Lopez. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I am so excited to talk about, and I want to say this right, the Coronado Golf Club website.
That's correct.
So you've been doing this a long time.
Well, we've been involved in the golf business for about 20 years, and we started Coronado Golf Club about 6 years ago.
All right.
Only because we saw the demand through the services that we offer in our other golf business, and we saw that there was a vacuum, and we felt that we could fill it based on what we were hearing on the golf courses.
So true. Very true. So let's tell all of our listeners and viewers out there, what is Coronado Golf Club?
Coronado Golf Club Company is, their whole niche is everything that we build is custom. So we're strictly internet. We don't have a store, no brick and mortar.
All right.
So you have to go to the internet to our website to order our product. But when you order it, everything is picked. All the components are picked that day based on how you design your golf club, and it's built just for you.
Well, and this is the day of customization.
That's correct.
Absolutely. Everybody wants and should have it for themselves because we're all made differently.
Exactly. I always tell golfers, golf clubs that you buy off the rack in a big top store, a big box store, they're made for a person 5'10". Myself, I'm only 5'8". So when I buy those clubs, they're the wrong clubs for me. And if you want to get good at golf, you should have the correct equipment. I'm sure the pros don't go to any of the big box stores and buy their clubs off the rack. They're all tweaked.
They are all tweaked, and there is some articles out there I've been reading about that actually say the clubs we're buying are more for a professional level golfer than an amateur level golfer, and that this idea of customization, or especially with the shaft, making sure you're getting the correct shaft for your swing speed is so important, because even if you swung the club perfectly, if it's too stiff or too flexible, the ball's not going to go where you want it to go.
That's right. That's why you hear about golf clubs today where they, I'm trying to think of the word, now I'm blank here, where all your club shafts are made for the same flex as far as, they call it spining.
Okay.
And all the pros have their clubs spined. So you're basically, your shaft is bending in the same spot all the time. That's why you hear a lot of people will say, I hit my 8-iron better than any club in my bag. They pull out their 4, their 3-iron. Well, if they're not spined correctly, and a lot of times when you buy clubs off the rack,
right,
we've found that if we take clubs apart that are off the rack, that the shafts will be all different flexes.
Really?
So you can. My son in particular had bought a name brand set of irons, and we took them apart, and when we put them on a frequency machine to check the shaft flexes, every one of them was different.
Right. Now, is that the kick point? Is that we hear that a lot?
Yeah, kick point. That basically tells you the flight of the ball, based on the kick point. But yeah, ours, I always tell you, it's like build a bear for your kids. You can go to our site and build your own club.
So I went to the site, and let's give that address. It's Coronado Golf Clubs, that's plural.com, Coronado, and that's just like it sounds, Coronado. Easier to do when you're just typing and not trying to talk at the same time. But CoronadoGolfClubs.com. And I went through, actually have my little piece of paper here.
Great.
To my fitting. And Dave here at the Golf Director thought I was crazy. So, folks, if you're listening on an app and you want to watch us, you can go to thegolfdirector.com, click on the TV tab, and you'll be able to see us. But I have my paper here. I'm 5'3", and then in height with my golf shoes on. I thought that was important. And then the distance from my wrist to the ground was 30.5, which made me a -1.
Okay.
So does that mean you take off an inch?
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
We'll cut the club right to where you need it.
And so I was, based on those, I was a senior flex driver, but a ladies flex iron, if I did it correctly. See, I would have, if you buy the whole set, they all come.
They're all different.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always good to have custom-made clubs.
Standard size grips.
There you go.
Yeah, standard size grips based on, it's a very cool system to go through. So again, CoronadoGolfClubs.com, and you can go through this yourself. The only thing I didn't know how to measure was my swing speed.
Yeah, you need a simulator
Okay.
or special machine to do that. Yeah, we can't do that for you.
So you can go to a big box store and go through
Absolutely. There are some where you can go in and they'll actually, if you can get fit, when you buy clubs, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. And interesting, after I did this, I then went online and was doing a little bit of research, and some of the new Garmin and other GPS folks are putting a swing speed measurement capability into their watches and some of their other devices. So.
Yeah, it's really what's going on, digitally is crazy. It's great what's going on out there. But I think more important than your swing speed is the lie of your club. You'll see that'll correct a lot of your mishits from going not as far when you mishit them.
Right.
And that's I always tell people right away. I say, look at the right length of shaft you need, and always try and get your lie correctly, because that you'll see a big difference in your game. It'll take a lot of strokes off your game.
Interesting, and you're talking about for those of us who aren't as technical, the how much the club.
Well, it's the way that do you ever put your club down? If it's too long, you'll see that the toe
sits up.
So your club's really not flush to the ground. So when you have the right lie, you'll see that your club will be more flat to the ground when you're over the ball.
That does make sense that I would be a -1 then, because I do find myself having to hunch up a little bit over the club.
Or you're choking up.
Yeah, yep. I do that too.
So, yeah.
Jeff, you're in trouble now. I tell him that, so he beats me most of the time.
Yeah,
but
don't be helping her too much, Gary, okay?
Yeah, it's still not going to give you the athletic ability, but definitely makes a difference. I mean, if you talk to bowlers, they have their own bowling balls, and people that shoot pool have their own custom cues if they're serious. So if you're going to be in an area like Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head or in the Carolinas, and you're going to play a lot of golf, you might as well have the right tools to get better.
I think you're absolutely right. I think a club fitting is probably the most important thing that a golfer can do once they figure out how to make a repeatable swing,
Absolutely.
Because like you guys were talking about, I wanted to jump in earlier. You're buying them off of the big box store floor there. I mean, people buy those and they may get a stiff shaft because their buddy has a stiff shaft, and it just makes no sense to buy clubs in that manner.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest mistake. Yeah. They have the wrong clubs and they pick the wrong golf balls. I can't tell you how many people I see that are high handicaps and they want to hit Pro V1s. Well, you need a really fast swing speed to even compress that golf ball,
right,
to make it do what it's supposed to do. So it makes me laugh when I see people out there and they're Pro V1s and they're playing, 20 handicap, 25 handicaps.
Yeah, they'll spend $40 for a dozen balls and go lose them.
Right. Well, a lot of the places now you can actually get fitted for your golf ball. They have the technology today where you can actually get fitted, and they'll tell you what golf ball is best for your game.
Wow. Some of our friends at Bridgestone Golf were telling us
great
about
golf
that.
Ball. Yeah, it's a great golf ball.
So I'm on your site here, and one of the things that drew my eye in, because I'm a shopper, was the free wedge offer.
Right, that's with the golf magazine Challenge USA. It's a company that's a promotional company. They're on a lot of golf courses throughout the United States, and we basically up until now have been doing direct marketing with them. Most of our business has been driven to our site from the promotions that we are involved with throughout the country. We give our coupons to a lot of outings and charity outings that we give our coupons for free.
Nice.
And the coupon, anybody can go on and use it. The promo code is CLUB.
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 Easy as that.
Doesn't matter lowercase, uppercase. We charge a handling fee of $10.99, and the shipping is priority mail through the United States Postal Service, and the shipping basically depends where you live.
Okay.
The clubs are built out in California and shipped out from there.
Wow.
But it's been it's very successful promotion for us. We get a lot of repeat business, and the whole idea behind that was just to try and get some visibility and exposure for our product, and hoping that when golfers use our club, they'll want to go back to our site and buy other products.
And so what is the most popular product on the site?
You know, one of our you know, of course the wedge is going to be a big seller because we have it out there with all these coupons. But our drivers and our putter are very, very popular. We have a great driver, the Allegra, and it is it's one of the biggest heads in the industry. But it's one of the lightest heads out there.
Right.
So you can actually get your shaft a little bit longer than standard, and you can hit the ball a lot farther.
Wow. Is that the one that is touted as illegally long and straight?
Yeah, we have a few. It's a really good club. It's light. It's great for senior golfers.
Right.
You don't have to have that real fast swing speed. And it's actually, it put about 10 yards on my game.
Wow. Well, and this is an interesting point because it says illegally, so I assume it doesn't conform. Is that what that means?
No, it does.
Or?
I think it's just a play on words. Yeah.
Well, I love it because it grabbed my attention, and then I thought, this is a perfect example of making golf fun again. If you're not playing competitive golf and you just want to go out and have a good time, and by competitive golf, I mean sanctioned tournament type things, who cares? Hit something that's going to make you happy. So you're spending all this money on, your clubs, and we're out there looking good, and then you go to play the actual game, and you have the wrong clubs, you have the wrong balls, and it can be very difficult.
And they play from the wrong tees. No, but we that's kind of been our mantra this year is make golf fun again. And if you can get a piece of equipment for your Saturday game, do it. That's right.
Go have some fun.
Yeah, golf can be real fun. Like I said, the PGA has that big push for play it forward, and I think that's, being on the golf course as much as I am, I think that's one of the biggest things that I see people playing from the wrong tees. That they're at the wrong skill level, and guys that are playing the blue tees that should be on the white, and the guys that are on white tees should be at the forward tees. And I think the problem was years ago they called them senior tees. So guys with our egos, we don't want to play them strictly because they have that title of senior tees. If they would have named them forward tees a long time ago, you'd probably get a lot more guys playing them.
Well, and I won't say yelled at, but chastised by a friend of mine at a local golf course here the other day because I asked him where the ladies' tees were. And he said, we do not have ladies' tees, Shan. You should know that by now.
Not politically correct.
I said, why don't you have ladies' tees? He said, they are forward tees. Anybody is welcome to play them.
So that brings me to my next point. Okay, there is absolutely no reason you should be playing the forward tee. She hits the ball longer than 90% of the men. But she will step up to those red tees every time.
I don't blame her. Take advantage.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what? I enjoy golf a lot.
Yeah, she does.
And you still beat me. Why are you arguing with this?
She pounds it out there. But no, she needs to come back and play the white ones.
Well, we'll see. I have been playing a little bit more, so I might step back a little bit. I don't know if I get this new driver, I might.
There you go.
Although you're going to be embarrassed when I still outdrive you. No, he's nodding now. All right, Gary, before we leave, what is the one thing you would like folks to take away from this message today? What do you want them to know about CoronadoGolfClubs.com?
Well, I want them to know that this is probably one of the only sites on the internet where you can actually build your own club and design your own club.
And you have, and there are step-by-step instructions on how to do it. You don't have to know a whole lot about the game or about the technical aspects of the game.
Exactly, and they can call us up for any questions that they have. We're actually trying to get our 800 reestablished.
Okay.
We actually are moving our office, so that's why we didn't put our new number up there yet. But we're actually in the process of unveiling our new website in the next few weeks.
Okay.
We just revamped it, so when that comes out, we'll have our new 800 number, and I think people will really enjoy our new site.
All right, but in the meantime, still, you can go to CoronadoGolfClubs.com, click on that free wedge offer, put in the word club. Super simple. Love that. Keep it simple. Check out their long and straight driver. And, so much to talk about we didn't get to today. You've got some new NFL putter grips and some other fun things on there.
Yeah, we have some. Now that the football season's over, we do have some Major League baseball teams that we'll have on there as well.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing from you again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. This edition of the Product Showcase here on TGD has been produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. So when you're visiting thegolfdirector.com, be sure to check out our featured golf course pages and our featured product showcase pages, where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much more. If you need help with your next golf vacation and you like to tweet, hashtag just call Dave and he'll find you, or pick up a real phone and call us at 844-GO-GOLF1. That's 844-464-6531. All of our programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand, so to catch up on a show you might have missed, click on the TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. You can now find us on over 1 billion devices now. Yes, that's billion, at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, and the Myrtle Beach Golf app. This is your host, Shan Coughlin, on behalf of my very special guest today, Mr. Gary Lopez from Coronado Golf Clubs.com. Our producer, Jeff behind the glass, we thank you for tuning in. There's much more TGD golf news and information coming up next, so don't go anywhere. All right.
That was great.
That was great.
What's up there?
Live with the peanut gallery.
I love it. I love it.
That's Jason from Farmstead and Meadowlands. That's my wife, Gina.
Oh, hi, how are you? You up for a little while? Yeah, for a long time. All right.
I think there's a relocation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was.